Okay, so it is Saturday, June 3rd, day after my graduation, and I'm working on our A56, the straight A56. So this is actually a tractor that's been around the longest out of all the tractors we have. It's been around almost as long as my dad. My dad's been around longer, but I think mid to late 70s is when Grandpa bought this tractor. We paid big money for it back in the day. Dad told me the price the other day, but anywho, I'll flip you around here. But as you can see, I took the loader off of it. I had a International 2350 loader on it. That was a pain to take off because if I come on the other side here, there's 4 hoses that Grandpa had hooked up to his remote valve up there, and 3 of the 4 were hooked up with Pioneer couplers, but you can see there's one that was just straight threaded on there. And of course, that hose was like 4 feet shorter than the other one, so all the other ones I could have pulled the loader off, backed away, and then some, and then had room to take the hoses off. That one, I got the loader, the end of the loader right about there, and that's all she had. And that's water. I'm gonna wash it off. I don't want the hydraulic oil on there. But so I had to unhook that, and of course that was the one that I was holding, or went to the, basically raised the lift rams on the loader. So I had to get the skid steer out and pull the loader off, but it's off. So we're gonna get her cleaned up. This is gonna have to replace our other 856. So our 856 turbo is down and out for the count. It's, me and Dad are thinking, well, we know it's something in the head. It's got a hard knock up in the upper quarters of the engine. A lot of blow by. So I'm thinking that it dropped the valve in the piston and junked the piston. So Ben was coming back from the fairgrounds with it the other night, and that happened. So you gotta love it. The head was just completely redone less than a year ago. So new parts. These new parts, they just don't hold up. I mean, it happened to another guy I watched just a few acres farm. It happened, Pete. It happened on his MD. I mean, like I said, I haven't torn it apart yet. I'm not going to for a while, because I got too many other stuff going on right now. But we're assuming that's what happened with that one, is it dropped the valve. So either way, it's not good. So we're gonna get this A56 up and going. Really, all that tractor did, other than hauling chopper boxes, which we're done, is run the feed mill. So I've been wanting to get the loader off this tractor and use it for a while, and now is a perfect chance to, because that other A56 is down. So I want to get the cab off it before the summer's done and find a nice set of fenders to throw on it. But yeah, this one's a little more reliable because I don't think the head, I know the head has never been off, but I don't think the oil pan has been off either, so it's all original, I'm pretty certain. The rear end, on the other hand, that's been gone through a couple different times. Needs to be gone through again. But like, that was a loader tractor, so it got shifted a lot. Before it had the loader on, it had a dozer blade on it. So needless to say, this tractor has had a hard life. It's only got like 9,000 hours, but it's been a hard 9,000 hours. It might even be more than that, I don't know. So I don't even know if the tachometer moves, or the tachometer does move. I don't know if the arm meter works. So we're gonna wash off this hydraulic oil, maybe let it sit for a little while. Yeah, because I want the engine to cool down before I really wash that. But we're gonna give it a good bath, and yeah, I don't know when I'm gonna pull the cab off. Not today, but it'll be one of the times I have the forklift up here. But that's what's going on right now, and that's why I'm doing this right now. Alright, so I've been working on this A56 here most of the afternoon. I tore the loader off it, which if I had my GoPro set up, it would have filmed it, but it didn't go near as planned, and I'll flip you guys around here in a second and show you why. But here is what she looks like now. So I got the loader tore off of it, and I got the main bracket, belly bracket that was for the loader right there, tore off, and obviously I moved the battery location right there for now. Dad had a battery box that he built a couple years, he built a whole bunch of them just for that purpose. I still got to take these front brackets off, but since Grandpa made adapters make this loader fit on this tractor, I got to get different bolts for the frame rail there, and I don't have any right now that are that length. So that'll all come off when I take that box off too. So I put different tires on it mainly because the ones that were on it, they were truck tires. And the one, I'm trying to think, it was this one. I put this one on first because the tire that was there was about ready to blow up. It's a ticking time bomb. It was bulging out everywhere. So I put that one on just to get by. And tonight, I just put that one on that side. So they're matching tires. They're both brand new. Well, they've been used a little bit, but mostly new. But yeah, I put a new alternator on it. I did a little bit of wiring work. The alternator actually is hooked up now. It's got a new alternator on it. Changing the oil on it right now, but I got a new alternator wire. I got to completely go through the wiring harness on this thing, but I hooked the alternator up for now just so it would at least charge the battery. And I got the battery disconnect is being used as my key right now, and my starter button is rigged up right there, which Dad did before. I just kept it. So, but once I get this cab tore off, which is gonna be, well, I don't think it'll be tomorrow. But whenever I get a chance to get the forklift up here, the cab is going to come off. And for now, I'm going to throw a set of round fenders on it. And either before or after I do that, before this tractor can get used, I got to put a piece for the hitch on the bolts right there. I can't remember what that's called, but we stole it off of this tractor to put on our other 856, which is the tractor that this is taking place of right now. So, yeah, I took the loader valve off and everything. That was kind of a disaster. I took these windows out and everything too because they were just in the way. The cap's coming off anyway, so yeah. And in the back here, I had to route a hose back around, do a loop for the hydraulics because these are your O-ring type ends or whatever you want to call them, not pipe threads like these couplers need. So I'll have to get an adapter like is right here in order to put couplers on there. So, but that is what it is for now. But yeah, and then of course this winter, hopefully this is me and Dad, either me or Dad, will go through this tractor. The rear end, it runs strong. It's a strong run tractor. So we got to go through the rear end and figure out what's going on with the hydraulics. Dad thinks it's a leaky O-ring somewhere, because you got to have it 5 gallons over on hydraulic oil for it to do anything. So, but we're getting her fixed up. As you can see, it's missing the torque lever. The torque lever is on our pulling tractor right now, but yeah, it's nice that the thing's actually able to start under its own power now. Before I had to throw it with the 2 batteries up front. I had to throw jump pack and a charger on it to go. But now this thing is it's a strong running tractor. It starts great. So cab's gonna come off. I might throw the set of clamshell fenders on for now until I get flat tops, and it's going on the feed mill. So I've been wanting to do this for a while, but now I got a good excuse to do it since the 856 turbo is down. Might as well replace it with another 856. I've been wanting to get this tractor back in the work fleet for a while because it really hasn't done anything for the past, well, really since 2015, maybe even 2014. So I'm glad to have the loader off it finally. So we're making progress, but we'll come back to it when we start pulling the cab off here. Well, I just got done pulling the cab off, and conveniently enough, Dad came over to see what I was up to, right as I was getting ready to pull it off, so he supervised for me. It's a completely different looking tractor without a cab. Floor pan is disgusting, but I left the steps on for now, so I at least had steps. I started taking them off because I thought that was part of the cab, but it wasn't. The cab sat in this little cradle here and it was bolted down. So yeah, now I need to get some fenders put on it, which I have fenders on our pulling tractor in there, flat top fenders that I put on that I might take off of there, put on here, and put clamshell fenders back on that tractor, because that's what I put on it for when I first got it. So yeah, so that's plus. Now the next thing we need to do before it can actually be used is, it's on order, but our hitch piece that goes down there. So I'll start it up for you guys here and I'll run it. I'll give you a tour of my nice operator's facility. Oh, nice seat. This is different. This is weird. So my key's down here for right now. Give her a little go-go juice. Check that. Belt was whining. Not sure why I was doing that. It's tight. I don't know. That's gonna come off too once I get the right size bolts to go in there. Oh yeah, we'll go park this thing back in the shed for now. Oh. Aftermarket seats are nice. Oh no, this is a strong running tractor. Needs a lot of work though. Front end's looser than a goose, but this is just weird. Not having fenders or nothing. I'm not used to this. No lights, obviously. Even if it had lights on. Well, the cab had lights on it, but all the wiring is junk. This tractor actually almost caught on fire. Luckily, Dad noticed it. Was sitting in the shed up there and the lights were like half on, but all the key switch was off, the light switch was off, and it smelled like electrical fire. And it was shorting out so much. Dad hurry up, panicked, and threw the battery off to the side or whatever, unhooked it, whatever he did. So yeah, I'll have to go to the cab sometime and show you what that looks like, what the wiring looks like. But we're gonna pull it in the shed for now. There's a forklift, Michael's forklift I use to pull it off. But yeah, we can actually use this tractor just about now. That'll be nice. So we're gonna pull it right in here for now. I'd say that's progress. It only took me, I don't know, half an hour at most. So I ain't complaining. That's all for now though. Sloppy gears. This is slop, but those loader tractors, what do you expect? But yeah, I'm glad I actually got, I reached for a fender. I did it. But yeah, I'm glad I got this thing set up so it actually can be used and the battery will charge itself. So now I gotta work on fenders and wiring and we're getting there. It's getting to be usable. Well, here's the unfinished project. Project? I don't know. I threw the fenders on A56 tonight, cleaning up the platform. Yeah. Since we're here, let's look at some crops. So this was, I gotta think now, this is our second field we planted. Now, I don't know if it's been sprayed yet. Judging by the leaves curling up, maybe. The velvet leaf there. I don't know. I didn't see any tracks down at the other end of the field or anything, but I could be wrong. Excuse me. But we don't spray. We have we have Michael's spray. He's got a nice, I think it's a top air sprayer, but otherwise, corn looks like a dark, healthy green. Less weedy than I anticipated, but I ain't complaining. You can see where there's a hard pan here, because this is where we drove the manure spreaders right up to the driveway here. God, that tractor just looks so nice. I'm falling in love with that tractor more and more every day. But anyway, yeah, so this is the second cornfield we planted. So we'll walk across the road here and look what we got over here. So this was the first beans planted, and they actually from a distance don't look too bad, but then again, this is a hard area to get stuff to grow. They're pretty weedy though, and I don't really know why. They are curling up a little bit because they are getting dry. We need rain. But once again, like I said, I also don't know if he sprayed today, but this is bad for weeds. But yeah, he must have sprayed because grass is dying down there. I don't know what he sprays. That's between him and Dad, between Michael and Dad. But yeah, this field was rolled, then planted after it was rolled. Dad likes it rolled before he plants because it gives him a smoother area to ride on. And they don't hit as many rocks with the planter, but yeah, otherwise the beans don't look too bad given the situation we are given. We are short on rain, I mean, dust, but we're thankful for the rain that we have gotten, the short showers in the past few days. We've probably gotten ½ an inch in total, which ain't bad, but we need more. So, for what we have right now, the crops are looking good. So we'll hop on the other side of the interstate with that beautiful A56. It's beautiful to me, okay? It's come a long ways. We'll hop on the other side of the interstate and look at the fields over there. So we're coming over the interstate here, and somebody got pulled over, man. But there's the first field of corn we planted. Well, actually this here is the third field we planted. So basically from the power lines to the interstate is the first field. So we'll head down there and take a look. Corn here. Actually, my bad. Down by the interstate there is beans. Woo! Brakes work good. Down by the interstate is beans. And then the rest of it's corn all the way to that tree line there where the bales are. But little weedy down in this area here because that's really good ground. That's as close as you can get the muck ground without it being muck ground. But once again, Michael's been working on spraying, so either, like I said, I don't know, it either has been done or it's gonna be done in the next few days here. So we got some clover growing there and velvet leaf. But it's all looking good though. It's all a healthy dark green. You can tell where, we'll go over there later, but you can tell where he sprayed the hayfield off last night. I know he did that last night. But here are the beans down here. They're looking mighty good. It's about 5 degrees colder down here than it is on top of the hill. Yeah, he hasn't sprayed this yet. You can tell because the grass isn't curled up enough. But we'll get down there and get a visual representation of it. So here it is. I'll put the date in for when this field was planted. I can't remember off the top of my head. But the chickweed up there on the hillside is all dying. I don't know if that's just because it's drought stressed or what, but yeah, I'll have to get in here and spray this grass. But otherwise, the beans are coming up great, even with how weedy it is. They're doing better in this field than the other field. They're not curled up at all. So that makes me wonder if you sprayed the other field. But then right over here we got the corn. But this is actually the first time in my life that this field has been split like this. The corn is about, yeah, about there on me. So, it's doing good. This is some of the last stuff planted. So, there goes my mom with dinner. I guess that means I gotta go home and clean up. But I just finished I planted that, well, Dad did half, and I did the other half the other night. I'm trying to think, it's Wednesday now. That would have been Monday night. We planted the hay. Monday night. So, once again, there's a, I'm going to say it, beautiful A56. I mean, they're not the prettiest fenders. These are the fenders that came off the 756, our pulling tractor, but we decided we're going to put the clamshell fenders on, mainly for weight. They're lighter. But I still want to take the 3-point arms off because we're never going to use them, and they are shot. The pins are shot, the balls are shot. But this tractor probably applied quite a bit of anhydrous back in the day. I don't know for sure, but Grandpa used to apply anhydrous, and this was his only big tractor for years. This is, I don't know if I've already said this, but out of all the tractors we currently have, this tractor has been around the longest. Yeah, it was either mid to late. Dad told me the other day, mid to late 70s is when Grandpa bought it, and it's paid for itself about 15 times and a half, maybe. Tax says it has like 8,000 or 9,000 hours. That might be true. I doubt it's went around the world once, but it could be a different tach too, for all I know. 9,400 hours. So, but it runs smooth. As far as Dad knows, the engine's never been opened up. Everything in there is original. The rear end, though, that's a different story. The rear end's been opened up, the transmission's been worked on, and the rear end and transmission needs to be gone through again because it's got hydraulic problems. It's got to be about 5 gallons over in hydraulic oil to do anything. And the clutch is really touchy. It's like no playing it. It's now or never. But it's a good tractor. I'm waiting for a piece of the drawbar that Dad ordered from a junkyard to put in here. There we go. So, oh, looks like I'm getting my dinner delivered to me. Perfect. But anywho, we're waiting for that piece, and then we'll actually be able to use the tractor. Because we robbed it off of this tractor to put on a different tractor, so I guess I'd best let you guys go.